welcome to T'P7RTY podcast. This is the first ever episode featuring Lauren.
Hi.
So guys, one thing that I've noticed a lot, come up in 2020 is cancel culture. Like, I don't even think we have the power to, like, what do you think about cancel culture? Let's just get that out of it.
Well, personally, I don't think it's real. Obviously, you can not listen to someone, but the act of cancelling someone, I think it is quite a collective action. So there's never really been anyone that's fully been cancelled, because not everyone can cancel them. Like, not everyone chooses to cancel them. So there's always going to be one or two people that will still listen to their music or still support them. So it's hard to cancel someone. You personally cannot listen to them, it's your own choice. But cancelling someone completely, I don't think it really exists.
No, and I think it's subjective, because how can you say someone's wrong for something they said in the past? Obviously, when they said it, they must have thought it was right. Not saying that everyone who's been cancelled, that they're martyrs, they're saints or anything. But sometimes I think when we look at certain things that people have said, people are quick to be like, that's so wrong now. But the key word being now, you can't. I don't know. I'm not trying to advocate for them, because some people have said some wild things, but especially when it comes to especially about black women, because you probably have a black mum, but I mean, in terms of certain things that people have said, you can't just be like, he's mad, because he was back then. Everyone was saying things like that.
No. I just don't think it's real. You can't cancel people. Everyone has their own different values, what they think is right and wrong. Obviously, different times, different time periods, as you were saying, different things are right, different things are wrong. So, maybe someone could be cancelled now, but 20 years ago, people would laugh about the same thing. It's just very subjective. Try to rank it really.
I think it's just rubbish in the UK though, because in the UK everyone wants to be buddies.
Everyone's on Twitter,
Word.
Cancel this person, cancel that person, and then they're back on the TL next week.
Exactly. Literally, and they'll tweet something, and everyone will be like, hear my man, just a week ago he was cancelled.
Oh, I know that you know what I think it is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Kills me.
Oh my gosh, no, because in the UK everyone wants to be buddies, so one moment is, they cancel. Next minute they'll bring out a single. You know what, this might be the song of the summer,
Nah, some people there's certain things though, that artists or whatever do, and you just have to cancel them, but there's still gonna be a couple people that will still listen to them. They can do I don't know, chat to underage girls and stuff. You're gonna cancel that obviously, but at the end of the day, there's still gonna be certain people that will listen to that person, because they'll separate the artist from the music.
But can you do that though? Because you, especially
yes.
no, because you know how artists say what I rap is my life, whatever. So obviously, if your life is a certain way, how am I gonna separate?
Yeah, no.
I'm me and I'm a listener, and you're living. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, some people are but I rap about what actually happened. It's okay, cool. Certain things with rappers, they'll rap about killing people, and obviously that's wrong, but you're still gonna listen to them. It depends on what they actually rapping about. If you're R. Kelly, certain songs after what you've heard that he's done, allegation, you listen to the songs and they sound different, because you know what he's talking about now. And even what's her name, Aaliyah, that song Angel Night by Number, I cannot listen to that song and not think of R. Kelly, and it's just ruined the song. But certain artists, I can separate the
music from the
artists, Doja Cat, obviously.
Nah, guys, Lauren got me into Doja Cat. I liked her before, but
in my room, everywhere, I'm listening to her, because I just think she's good in it. And
she is,
what she did, she was on them racist chat room, and obviously it's bad, but at the end of the day, I like her music, so I was willing to separate it. Obviously, I don't condone racism or hatred towards yourself, but I still like her music. I listen to it. I just don't really listen to it in public. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm just embarrassed. But I still listen to her songs. It's just not as much as I did before. That's what I'd say. I definitely turned it down. I'm not a big fan of her.
Super fan.
I definitely listen to her less now than I did And she's still making music now, so what? Everyone, no one's talking about her stuff anymore. Like.
But everyone always talks about it with artists. I think when it comes to artists or like physical people, actors, sportsmen, whatever they are, I think you can't really cancel someone because either way, you're going to cancel them, say everything you want about them on Twitter. They're still going to wake up in the morning in their mansion or drive their nice car, whatever. Stop listening to them. Don't advocate for their music, whatever. But I think you can't cancel a person. I think cancelling should be reserved. In fact, I think cancelling should be scrapped. And I think when people talk about not like investing in something or like, you know, like looking into what they're doing, I think that should be reserved for like shops or like movements or things like that. Like yeah, so if someone said, oh yeah, like I'm cancelling Gucci, I'd understand because it's
people
like
they just don't like, oh that's one thing that actually
get into it, sis.
Listen, people talking about, I don't know what, I think it was Gucci and they have like that racist thing on their top.
The black
minstrels
thing or whatever.
Cancel Gucci, yeah. Like 3 months later, you're still buying Gucci.
Words.
I'm not gonna lie, like I don't really buy designer stuff. Okay, I have a couple things, but I don't buy designer stuff because one, they're mad racist. Like, what's it?
A lot of them. Michael Kors.
Yeah. Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah.
Listen, like when I found out all that stuff, I literally like, I don't wear it anymore. I had a top from there, I just gave it away. Like, I don't wear any of that stuff anymore. But it doesn't align with my values, and I don't want to be seen with that stuff on.
Yeah.
But when it comes to music, like, I can privately listen to that stuff. Like, it's different.
Cause like it's almost like you're advertising the things that they say, like going out and wearing a top from a company.
Yeah, why am I giving racist
they brandish your actual existence, and you're out here like, yeah,
I'm giving you
like, look at me,
but you don't even like my people.
Like, nah, I just generally think that I think to cancel a person to me is so extreme when really that's almost like overplaying your role in someone's life. Like you think you're so important to cancel someone. I understand what people do is wrong and that we can condone them for it and we can sort of, I don't know, backlash or stop listening to the album, but to cancel, because some people's things are of course like horrible, like domestic violence and things like that.
DBS, do you know who that is?
No.
Some like, I'm not going to talk about it too much, but like he's like a rapper, he's in prison now, but he did like bare horrible things,
yeah.
And like, I don't know if he's been cancelled, like, I think a couple people still listen to him, but if I see anyone listen to him, like I look at them sideways because like the stuff he did is actually horrific. Like certain people, like the things that they do, like R. Kelly again, like it's so horrific that you just can't really look at them in the same way. But people like Doja Cat, it's not, it is bad, but it's their own personal thing that they're doing. It's not like she's gone and like attacked people and stuff. So I feel like it's easier for me to deal with and still listen to her music.
Nah, because when it comes to it, so what? Did she ever say like issue an apology or like address it?
I can't remember. I think she did apologize, but like, do you know how like JT apologized? Like it was very quiet. It was like that.
But see, she's another one that flew through it. Like me personally, I still listen to Doja Cat, and I like listen. Put on any City Girl song right now, I'll rap for you. Like you know when Chris said, "Does anyone want me to rap to lighten the mood?" Put any City Girl song on, I'm rapping JT. But I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like certain people's things, people are very selective with it, because even though JT obviously got through with what she said, Doja got more hate than JT, when really if you look at their tweets and sort of the things they were saying,
JT was definitely offending a lot more people. But I think it just depends who you like to listen to. Me personally, I don't really listen to Dutch Belly, so it's not gonna bother me. Like, I can cancel him because I don't really listen to the music. Someone that I listen to a lot, so like City Girls, I'm not gonna cancel them because I enjoy the music. But I'm just gonna maybe not really promote their music or like support them publicly. But at the end of the day, everyone has their little things that they do, like in terms of like what they listen to. Like not everyone's gonna cancel people just because everyone else has cancelled them.
But the worst thing about like the reason why I'm really against cancel culture, like particularly, is because it hits at two groups which I'm part of. The black community, but also the female community. I feel like if you're black and a female, you get cancelled, you get 10 times more hate, more backlash, more everything, because it's like everyone was expecting you, like, oh my gosh, why would she say that? Or I expect better from her. It's like everyone still puts the black woman on this pedestal, and yet, do you know what I mean? It's even worse. Like when it was with Nella, like people were saying 10 times worse than her. People like, I never expected that from her. Oh my gosh, oh my this and all that. Like, I don't know.
That's
to me,
the
it's
whole
fake
thing with
outrage.
like racism and sexism. That's what it stems from, really.
Yeah.
Because women just have, there's just different standards. Men with race as well. That people of colour, they're more criticised. People are more, what's the word? Like they're just trying to see like all the bad things that they do.
Yeah. No, but I even just stemming back to that, I think it's just fake outrage. I think it's everyone on Twitter trying to get the biggest words in. They'll be like, he's a misogynist, like, like, babe, like, put that in a sentence for
What
me.
did they say? Misogyny.
It'll be like, I think we need to unpack this.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
go
and
finish your essay.
Clubhouse as well, they can jump on there.
What? Like, people on Clubhouse on Christmas talking about cancelling Georgia Smith.
In the morning when I wake up, I don't get notifications from no one, yeah? I just see bare Clubhouse notifications, people are jumping on there from like 6 a.m.
In the morning. Like, at first it was good vibes, but now, it's just too much. Like, even, you see that thing people trying to say to, not cancel Georgia Smith, but like her being on the,
Yeah.
not the remix, but the Colours, well, it is a remix really, but the Colours string. People trying to say she shouldn't have been on it, whatever. Like, I think that people have their own agency in life. Like, obviously, Annie herself is actually not even just like a black girl, she's actually a dark-skinned girl. She felt like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, like Georgia's, obviously, of course, the original, I think her name's like Amia Brave or something, so sorry. But obviously, if she wanted her on there, she would have had her on there. She has her own reasons for having Georgia on there, and it doesn't take away from her tune or anything like that, because the message is very much clear. The message is literally, well, the title of the song is literally paying black girls. Georgia Smith being on there or not, regardless, even if you said to someone at work, oh, what are you listening to? You still have to say you're listening to Pen Black Girls. The message and everything that she's still trying to get out there still sort of, it still manages to push through, regardless or not of whether Georgia Smith has made the face of it or not. Like, I don't know.
I think, I like the version of Georgia Smith on it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good song. But, like, I understand both sides of the story, really. Like, and when I heard more things about how, like, her and Georgia Smith on like, the same label and stuff, like, it made sense. But at the same time, I understood, like, how it kind of erodes the message a little bit. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's her decision, it's her song.
Yeah.
You can't really police someone on what they're doing because it's what she wanted to make. You can't say, oh, you shouldn't have made that song, because it's her decision, it's her music, she can make what she wants with it.
Yeah, like, I just feel like cancel culture is just another extension of, and like even like the heavy criticism of Annie and what she actually chose to do is another extension of just like people in sort of like, I don't want to say our generation, but it really is, and sort of the generation below feeling like we have entitlement. Like, if an artist does something, be like, oh no, like, but that artist, you don't even know them, you don't, do you know what I mean? It's the feeling of like they're personally letting you down, and we have to remember that these are normal people, these are normal humans. Like, everyone makes mistakes or does things that they maybe are not so proud of.
Listen,
Yeah.
I always said, like, if I ever like become famous, I'm not a role model. Like, I didn't become famous to become a role model. I do my own things.
Yeah.
I have my own problems.
But I rate how
make
young Ads
mistakes.
always says that.
Yeah, like no one
says
well,
that.
I don't know about everyone, but most people that become famous, they don't become famous because they want to be a role model. Maybe eventually they want to set a good example for people, but at the end of the day, like, why are your kids so influenced by someone famous? Like, they're not your parents, they're not your carers, they're not your sisters, your brothers. There's no obligation for them to be a good role model. They're just a human being. Just because they're on a public platform does not mean that they need to be a role model. And that really irritates me. Because if anyone ever did that to me, I'm sorry, I clap back when I tell them that.
No, but did you see that thing? You know how Jessie left Little Mix? Bare people that, how am I saying?
Oh, you're ruining Christmas, my 7-year-old.
What the hell, bro? What the actual hell? I don't even know what 7-year-olds are into, but grab her a doll. Like, I'm pretty sure she don't care.
Like, they'll literally forget about it.
What? But it was crazy. Like, you know when Zayn left One Direction? Bare girls are gonna kill themselves.
No, it's too much. I don't understand. I don't understand how you can feel that strongly about someone that you don't know.
It's very weird to me. Like, I don't know.
You've never met. You just listen to his music and what you try and kill yourself over him leaving the group. He's still alive. He still makes music. It's just that they're not together. Like, I don't get it. I feel like me personally, I'm so detached from like celebrities and stuff. Like, they're obviously good people. I like their music. I like what they do. Find some of them funny, but I'll never like obsess over them like that. They're just normal people. Even if I saw one like on the street, I'm not gonna go beg them for a picture.
No, but if it was Beyonce, I would say people.
Certain celebrities. If I saw
Beyonce,
Rihanna on the road, listen, I'm crying in front of her. Like, I'm literally on my knees. Like,
if I saw Kanye, I'd be like, can I rap for you? I can't even rap, but I'll ask him.
On the floor, like, Davido. Like, literally, like. Listen, I've been on the floor, but everyone else, like, there's literally not one celebrity I do it for, and I'll probably never ever meet her. But everyone else, if I see you, like, I might ask you for a picture if it's appropriate, but I'm not gonna go hunt them down for a photo because at the end of the day, they're doing their own thing, like they're their own people. They might just be shopping or out with their family. Like, I think people just deserve privacy. I just think about it, like, if I was famous, what would I want? I wouldn't want people coming up to me all the time saying, "Can I get a picture? Can I get a picture?" Why are you saying that? Like, bother me. Maybe that's just me. I don't like people.
No, you said that over your chest.
I don't like people
right.
come up to me. But like, it would just really bother me. Like, people just hassling me all the time. Like, I come off social media. Like, I can't take it. That's why I can never be famous. Like, I can't do it.
No, it'd even be scary because you know the other day when I saw you in the car park. Oh my god.
Literally.
I thought I was gonna die.
I was just walking up towards you and you literally looking like I was gonna attack you.
Oh, like, it's so crazy, but like, generally speaking of craziness, this year has just been crazy. I feel like it's been
personally
it's been a balance. Like, of course there's the pandemic, but a lot of the movements that have gone on, like, do you know what I mean, in terms to do with like the Black Lives Matter protest and all those sort of things. I think this year's been the craziest year. Like, I wouldn't even know what to talk about. If someone says to me what happened in 2020 aside from COVID, I don't even know.
Loads of stuff happened this year. It's actually crazy.
Time has been a limbo, and things that were okay at the start of the year, or like so important at the start of the year, my whole thing was going to go to as much concerts as possible, or see as many artists, or go on this many holidays. It's like you had to readjust what you saw was as important, or what you saw as your source of enjoyment. Like, I think that it's the year of readjusting. You had to really look at yourself and just think out what gives you joy.
Yeah, I feel like some people have had a really like rough year, like in terms of like what their family members may have died, they've been like depressed and stuff. So like when I think about my year, also I've had what times when I've been like down, but as a whole, my year's been alright. But I feel like so guilty like saying that because because like people have been through such like hard times this year. Like, I don't even want to say it out loud like that I've had a good year, because like, if I'm joking around, I'll say it, but if I'm being completely honest, I can't say that because I just feel bad for the people that like having it. Obviously, like every year, some people are gonna have good years, some people are gonna have bad years. But I feel like this year, especially, like, there's a lot of bad things that happen, and like obviously, I'm blessed that I've had a good year. Not much bad things have happened to me, but I just feel like I'm not in the. I can't say that in public because I just feel bad for other people that may have gone through rough times.
True, but it's like, I don't know. I'm very much like, if something good happens to me, I'll say it. I won't boast, but I'll say, because it's like, anything good that happens, or anything good that happens to you this year, you've worked for it. So why not? No, but I mean like your good times and things like that. Like, it's not. I don't know. I'm very much like commenting on other people's things. It's not. Like, don't get me wrong, like, if for example, like, an album comes out, or if you put something out there for it to be a discussion, i.e. you put out your art, you put out, you know, you're in a movie or something, obviously that it's art or it's a physical representation of something, of course people are going to comment on it, but people's, like, actual life choices and things like that, I don't really know. It's not really like, you know, people, like when young people or something, like, buy something, people are like, oh, like, you should have invested in that. What's that, Pookie Banks? Like, yeah, like, people like, you should have invested, or that thing, like, if you spend £13 something a week, you could have had £1 million by the end of the year. I'm bad at maths, so maybe it wasn't that. maybe it wasn't that, but just commenting on other people's lifestyle choices is not really a thing that's like.
I don't know. I feel like me now going to 2021. I'm
That's in
just
2
so
days,
private.
mate. That's in 2 days.
Yeah, literally less than 48 hours. I'm gonna be so private, like, I don't know. I'm just tired of people now. 2020 has made me tired of people. So, I'm coming off Snapchat, definitely. There's nothing left for me on that app. Nothing left for me on that app. Coming off Snapchat. Twitter, I don't really tweet anymore anyway. It's Twitter, my private Twitter. Very shady.
That girl is a bunch. Nah.
People always screaming, come on, prime, like, that's what prime for, I'm not coming off. But yeah, I'm gonna try, like, be nice on it. Sometimes I say nice things though, and
No,
they
you
think
do
I'm
say
saying
nice
bad things,
things,
but I'm
but
actually saying nice things.
it's just because it was on your burner, so obviously they can't see.
Yeah, I'm just like, right, like, I'm actually saying something nice, but okay, then it's coming like that.
It was the exclamation marks for me, like.
Come on, prime.
I wanted to like it, but I thought, no, she'll think it was me. Like,
right. Anyways, yeah, I just feel like 2021, just gonna work on myself. I feel like just.
Should we get into resolutions then? Let's make a resolution each. You go first. Well, you was partially
I'm bad at
yours.
it.
I don't really make resolutions.
Yeah, me neither.
I just halfway through I write myself a letter. I don't know. No, guys, write yourself a letter, yeah? I write myself a letter, and then I also write, like, depending on the year, I started this when I was 18, like, 18 things that I want to do that year. So this year was 19. No, guys, do it. Because look. No, Lauren, look.
No.
It's not even, like, important things. I'm not going to lie, it's actually restaurants, but, like, look.
No.
It's not important things, but it's just
It's
like.
literally just places to go.
Nah, but it's just like, do you know what I mean? I'm a very like
And
checklist
you did like
person.
3 of those things.
I know, but it's a pandemic.
No, I used to do resolutions when I was younger, and like my parents would force me to write them down on paper.
Nah,
But
see, mum never made me do resolutions.
for me, it was just stuff like going to school on time. Because obviously it was always late. That was like my main New Year's resolution. Every single year was just get to school on time, and I never did.
I was about to say when, because
I never achieved it. I feel bad that I was that way during secondary school. Primary school even, I was late. My primary school was right on the corner of my house. I used to rock up there like 9 o'clock. But I think that's just me as a person. I've really tried to fix it. I've really tried to change. But I just can't do it. Even today, like, I was on time and then I wasn't. I was in the car and it was like 4:15 and I was like,
I gave you that call like.
yeah,
So
you
she
gave
like
me the
outside
call and
now,
I was like,
like.
oh.
I was like, great. You still at your house? It's like, yeah.
And it's like, do you know what? Like, my friends expected, like, they know.
I was supposed to come at 8:30 because the real time was 12:45.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. I was literally like, you know what? It's fine. Like, I'll just drive fast. Like, I was driving fast and I drove fast, but I still got there like late.
We made it though.
Yeah.
We made it. I feel like that's things like we made it.
I didn't say
it
those
is.
things. I'm sorry.
Nah.
I don't say those things.
No, I do.
You don't move.
I
like
say
arguments.
we move.
I like to say what's on my chest. I like to deal with situations.
No, but I mean like when I say we move, like say like I'm late. I mean it already happens for me, but if I'm late for something and I get like to work and I'm late, I'm just like, oh, it is what it is.
Listen, don't even start with the topic of working because I've been here for ages. Listen, I hate working. I hate jobs. Employment is not for me at all. Every time I go, I'm employed. I'm just upset. Like, it hurts me. It really like affects me.
No, guys, wait, can I tell you a funny story? Like, I don't know if you know
about me.
Yeah. One time, yeah, there was a party.
No,
there was a party, yeah. You know, there was a party. Me and her were like in the same sociology class, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wear this, whatever. And I remember she had work on a Friday, and the party was on a Friday. So
did I tell you that I was going?
No, you said you was gonna go to work.
Yeah, I was going to work. I had to change my mind.
No, she was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to work, whatever. I was like, alright, cool. Got to the party now. And then I turned around and no one was there. I swear down, I screamed. I said, wait, You definitely had work.
Nah, I literally like put on a performance that day. I felt so bad because obviously I don't really like to tell. I don't really like to fake like mental health and stuff. But
Yeah.
I told them I have a panic attack and did the whole theatrics and that. And I left work to go party, and the party was dead. Got locked up in like an hour.
It was hot as well.
Like an hour, and I was still on probation, so I didn't get paid. Like I was so
Did you
angry.
get paid?
No, I was still, I was still on probation. Didn't get paid. But I didn't care because obviously I was gonna quit the job to do my exams and stuff. So like, I didn't care about passing probation.
True.
But I was angry that I didn't get paid. Like if the party was lit, I would have
been
the cash flow. But it wasn't. You know,
it was okay, but it was just hot and the right songs weren't playing.
It wasn't okay.
No, I'm such like it literally the worst thing ever. I'll be like, yeah, it was alright, you know.
The person, no, but the person's not gonna know who it is. They're not gonna know this one.
Really?
Well, no. Maybe, maybe. But yeah, it wasn't worth it. But to be honest, I had more fun than if I was at work.
Yeah, of course.
Work was horrible. I even got harassed at work, you know.
I'm not going to that.
Yeah, I got sexually harassed at work.
Right. I think the one thing 2020 that needs to keep carrying on, keep calling out these sexual predators, harassers.
No, I saw that thing. Did you see that tweet, about that girl that works at B&M?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it made me so angry because if they did that to me when I reported the guy, I would have just been like, it's not even me being angry, it's just like, what do you do now? Like, you've reported
it's almost like saying it's your fault.
No, you've reported it to your workplace. Now they're saying what they can't do anything. What are you actually meant to do now? Like, if they never, I think because my manager, she was a woman, like she took it mad seriously. Yeah. But at the end of the day, the guy was fired. Like, I saw him walk out and had his guys out, like he was fired. But like, he actually made my life like not hell, but it just made me so uncomfortable to work there.
Yeah.
So
and then
imagine her, like she's having to go through all of that, be mad uncomfortable. She's just literally trying to earn money.
Yeah. And
then they're telling you, oh, don't come back to work. You can't do anything about it. That would have made me so mad.
Yeah.
That's so horrible.
But then, because you said because your manager is a woman, do you think that having like do you only think it's because she was a woman? Do you not think a man would have?
I feel like because I was like young as well. I just turned 18. I was 18, fresh 18. Like, I'm marked into 18. Maybe they would have taken it seriously because I'm a child basically. Yeah. But if I was maybe an older woman, then if I was like 30, the guy was like 30 something. Yeah. I think they would have taken it. Yeah, they probably would have maybe taken it seriously because obviously allegation, but they wouldn't have dealt with it so fast because she was in and out. Literally, I reported it to her, and then by the end of the day, he was fired. Never saw him again. Yeah.
I don't know, because I feel like sometimes men don't understand the female experience. Like, you know them memes that are going around and it's like of one girl. No, it originally started with that boy. It was like when you're at the party and they don't know something, and now it's got like they put sis in a wig, like they put her in some box sprays. There was one year and there was a girl and she was like, I need to go to the bathroom, and then the other girl was like, I'll come with you, and then they go like together. And some boy was like, you guys are weird for this. But like another girl was like, this is literally for our safety. Like, boys don't understand. Like me, I don't get scared walking home at night, but if I'm with a friend, I feel better. Like if I'm with a friend, I definitely feel better.
I feel like I'm just different, man.
Nah.
When I walk home at night fine,
Yeah.
Especially if it's my area, but I always make sure at least my phone's on, or like I'm on FaceTime to someone. And in the grand scheme of things, what's the FaceTime going to do? You should just turn off my phone. But
it's the measures, it's the idea that you yourself are not alone, and that if they do something to you, they know that someone might be like,
back in the day,
I was on FaceTime
when I was younger, I used to like always try to go out with like certain people, like always make sure that we go to the same motives. So, because all my friends live like in the same area. Yeah. So we'd all live like 1 or 2 roads away from each other, and we just all go down together. But now, obviously I drive now and stuff, like it's a bit easier because I can literally just get in the car and go. True. But definitely back then, like I always make sure I go out with people, at least like from my area.
Yeah. Make sure you all get that night bus back. not to say that I feel paranoid when I'm by myself, but it's just that, I don't know, it's the comfort.
At uni, like, I walk in by myself, I'm not gonna lie, I probably shouldn't as well, it's like, not even nice of me. But, like, sometimes I just don't care, like, I'm just tired, it's the most dead, like, I just want to get home.
Yeah.
And literally, the most I do is maybe FaceTime to me. Because
Yeah.
where my account was in first year, it was like a little bit further from everyone else. Like, it wasn't that much further, it was just like one long road.
Yeah.
I would have to walk down that road by myself, and I would just like call someone and like for like 5-10 minutes just to walk down that road.
Yeah.
So that was fine, but when in London, like the journey's not really nothing. So
Yeah.
I've got to go home with people.
Like, this is definitely like the first episode. People might be like, "Wow, like that's so many topics," but this is generally like how we talk. Like we just fly into topics.
One topic.
No, but even just speaking of uni, like uni during this pandemic, I want a refund. I want a refund.
To be honest, I feel like I'm doing better now.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna do really well.
No, it's not even. No, my thing is that they expect us to do the same amount of like workload when we're not there.
Well, they're just crazy. They're crazy. That's all I can say. They're crazy. They're
That's
like,
true.
yeah.
They don't care about school kids, like they really don't. Like, and it's crazy because we say that kids are the future, kids are our future, whatever.
Yeah, they really don't like care. They haven't really like put in any thought about what we actually need to be doing right now. And for me personally, everything
For
online.
me, it's not even funny, but the phrase is funny.
For me, because that's all I can say, like in my lived experience.
Yeah.
For me, stuff online has been better because I don't wake up early, never on time for things. My lectures are pre-recorded, so I can just watch them whenever.
Yeah.
I can pause stuff, rewind, and I literally understand everything I'm learning this year. Whereas last year, I was struggling to even leave my bed. Like, I'm pretty sure I was like, went through some stuff. Like, second semester. So this type of uni is better for me, but I definitely miss like the actual experience of going into uni and like talking to people, see my friends. I feel like I've been robbed.
True.
And
Everyone's been robbed in 2020 though.
Yeah, and next year it's not even looking like. I don't know for third year. Like, I don't know if we're actually gonna be able to go uni. That's my last year. Unless I do a master's degree. But
Grove is just crazy though, because I was adamant by May. I was like to everyone, yeah, by May, like what? Like we all gonna go club.
I would have been there.
I was like, yeah, everyone we're gonna go club. Everyone was like, nah, like
even by now, like January time,
I
thought I'd be in
done.
Paris in like 4 days, but I'm here.
I still have my time booked off. I had to come back to work and be like, listen, like,
yeah,
why you say North London? Lauren, what's your beef against North London? I just want to know.
No, there's nothing because when you get people to come and start hating, trolling me in the comments.
But anyways, guys, thank you for listening, watching. I don't know what to say. Our first episode.
Your first episode.
My first episode. See, it's just.
I'm just a guest.
She's a guest, guys. But I'm gonna put Lauren's socials all below and just the other socials as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is just sort of like literally how my mind works. I can't stay on one topic. I just talk about everything. But this sort of a flavour. Yeah. This is just the flavour of the tea party. So thank you guys.